Hey guys, Richard and Andrea here from Photo Video Entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for coming back and visiting our channel.
Today we're going to be talking about the 6 steps of how to organize your workflow. This past weekend we had our very first wedding of 2018 and we wanted to share how we organize our workflow, and hopefully it will work for you too.
So we're going to go through everything from the moment we download our cards till the moment we do the second backup. We have a very busy year ahead, so it's very important for us and for you guys to stay organized and be as efficient as possible so we can have a very smooth year.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
let's get started. First step number 1 is to create the folders in your drive. So let's go ahead and do that right now. We're going to open up the drive. We're going to open up our Weddings 2018 folder. I'm going to create 3 folders. The first folder is going to be the name of the couple _ wedding. And we do that just because it'll be easier for us to locate photos later on if we need to search wedding or if we need to search engagement sessions or something like that. So it's gonna be the name of the bride, the name of the groom, _ wedding, _ the date. Perfect. So this is gonna be the main folder, right? Under this folder, we're gonna create 3 other folders. The first one is going to be the LRC folder. Now the LRC folder is important because in the LRC folder we're going to add the Lightroom catalog, and the reason I create an individual Lightroom catalog for each job is because if we need to transfer anything, but also it makes the processing a lot faster. Just imagine if you have like one Lightroom catalog with thousands, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 photos from 10, 20, 30 different weddings. What's gonna happen? Your Lightroom catalog is gonna bog down, it's gonna be super slow, and your editing, your post-processing is gonna be delayed. So we create one Lightroom catalog per job, and I like to include that in my main folder. The next folder I'm going to create is going to be our raw folder. In the raw folder, I'm going to copy all of the raw files. We actually photograph in both raw and JPEG file format. So I'm going to copy the raw files in there, which these are the pictures that we're going to be working with. And lastly is the JPEG folder. So we created 3 folders. We have the LRC folder, we have the raw folder, and now we have the JPEG folder. So right now I'm going to copy all of the pictures from the memory card. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my memory card. Let this pop up. And just a note for you guys, we personally love to use these lacy drives. This is a Thunderbolt 4TB drive that works with a USB-C cable. This is just a standard USB 3.0 memory card reader. We always copy weddings in 2 separate locations, and then on top of that, once we're done working with the job, we copy them onto our servers. Right now I have the memory card inserted here. What I'm going to do is I'll open up the memory card and I will sort it by kind. And I'm going to go ahead and copy all of the CR2 files, which is our raw files. So for this memory card, we have 1,979 images. So we're going to go ahead and copy that into the raw folder. And while that's happening, I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab all of the JPEG files. And I'm going to copy that into our JPEG folder. So right now I'm going to do step 2, which is to actually create the Lightroom catalog. So I'm going to open up Lightroom. I'm going to go to File, New Catalog. Okay. I'm going to go to our drive, copy the file name, create. Step 2 is very easy. You just go to your Lightroom, you create a new catalog, you save it in the same folder where all of your files are going to be located, so your JPEG and your RAW files. The reason we do this is because we want to make sure that our Lightroom catalog is running efficiently. If you have a very big Lightroom catalog that takes up a lot of space, it'll eventually slow down your computer, it'll eventually slow down your post-processing. So I want to make sure that my post-processing is running as efficiently as possible. And on top of that, since we will have the weddings on 2 separate drives, if for some reason I need to be using that drive, I don't need to transfer everything over to another drive. All I need to do is just copy the Lightroom catalog onto the new drive. I can hand it off to Andrea and then she can start working on that drive. Now we're gonna do step number 3. And step number 3 is going to be to import the actual pictures. File, import photos and video. I'm gonna go locate the pictures and I'm gonna hit import. So step number 3 is all done. We just imported all of the pictures into our Lightroom catalog. Now the next step that we're gonna do is step number 4. And step number 4 is to create all of the collections. So we create collections and we create smart collections. And this is gonna help us organize all of our wedding photos so that when we start culling, it'll be easier to keep track of how many pictures we have left. I'm gonna go ahead in here and I'm going to start creating all of the collections. So the first thing I do is I go to our collections tab over here in the navigator. I'll go and I'll create a collection set. And the collection set is going to be the full wedding. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the name of the bride, wedding all. Okay, so now this is our set. And within this set, what I do is I create all of the collections. I first start with the smart collections. So I'll open this up here and I will create a smart collection. And the reason I create smart collections also is because I want to know how many pictures I have culled, what is the final count of images that I'm going to be delivering, what are the final pictures that I had to do Photoshop work to, and that's pretty much it. So I have certain rules that we create for our smart collections just to keep track of everything. So the first one is going to be final culled in progress. And this is gonna be all of the pictures that are culled. So these are the ones that we're gonna start actually editing. And it's gonna be match all of the following rules to rating is equal to 4 stars. When we cull, we give it either an X rating or a 4-star rating. The X ones are the ones that are gonna get crossed out, and then the 4-star ratings are the ones that we're gonna keep. The next smart collection that I create is original post edited. And the rules for this is going to be rating is equal to 1 and rating label color is equal to yellow. Now, the reason I create this smart collection is so that I can keep track of what pictures we're gonna be editing in Photoshop. When I export a picture into Photoshop and then I re-import it back into Lightroom, I wanna make sure that we know that this was the original image that I edited and then the final edited version. So we don't wanna give our clients the original one, we wanna give them the final edited one. And then the last smart collection that we create is final for gallery. And this one, we're going to do a rating is equal to 5 stars. Okay? Final for gallery is very important for us because it'll give us the final count. So when we're ready to export all of our pictures, what we do is we'll go through every single collection, make sure that the total number of images that is in each collection is equal to the total number of images that is final for gallery. This way we can tell our couples, you guys are gonna receive 1,000 photos or 1,200 photos or 1,500 photos at the end. Now, our next step in creating our collections is to actually create the collections for the wedding day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create all of the collections. So create collection, 1, bride, preparation. I don't wanna include any photos, but I do wanna include it inside of the collection set. The next one, and there's a shortcut for this, which is Command N, 2, groom, preparation. 3, first look. 4 is going to be bride and groom portraits. 5 is going to be bridal party. 6, family portraits. 7 is ceremony. 8 is host ceremony portraits. 9 is venue details and cocktail. 10 is going to be intro, dances and toasts. 11 is going to be party. Okay, So now we're gonna get started with step number 5. And step number 5 is going to be to organize all of the pictures from the entire wedding day into these collections. Grab all of the photos. Okay. I'm gonna sort it by capture time. And I'm gonna go ahead and select all of the bride prep photos. Drag all of these pictures into bride prep. I'm gonna drag that into groom prep. And I like to just go in order of how they were taken, so just so that I don't miss anything. And we just want to keep everything organized so that it's easy for us to locate pictures later on. It's easy for our bride and groom to locate photos. And now we're working with the ceremony, so we'll copy everything for the entire ceremony. Then we will drag all of the cocktail and detail photos, venue details. Now I am dragging the introductions, the dances, and the toasts. And then we have the remaining of the party. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check all of the photos, make sure that the final count is the same. So 3459, 3459. Now I'm all done with step number 5. I just created all of the folders. I created the Lightroom catalog. I imported the pictures. I created the collections and the smart collections. And now what I just did is I organized all of the pictures into those corresponding collections. And what we do for step number 6 is we create a backup. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect another drive. I'm gonna close my Lightroom. I'm gonna go ahead and open this other drive. Now we'll just let that copy. We just finished up everything. We went through our 6 steps to organize your workflow. At the end of the day, we got to the office, we did all of that, pretty seamless. Now we have 3 backups. We have one drive, we have another drive over here, and we have our memory cards, which we'll delete later on down the road. So we're all done. We hope you guys found this video useful. If you liked it, please don't forget to drop some comments below. If you have any feedback or anything like that, we would love to hear from you guys.
If you like this video, please hit like for us and please subscribe.
So we have your notifications turned on our phones right here. So please hit the bell, please notify us. We would love to get back to you guys.
Have a good one,
All right,
guys.
take care.
Bye. Till next time.